On position paper will teach you how to prove your claims and gather evidence to support them. And learning to write various kinds of position papers is important in preparing for a more advanced writing activity. So when we face some issues, for instance, the one that we are experiencing right now, COVID-19, and we are challenged to make a stand, so it is very important for you to support your claim with logical arguments. So we are going to discover how are we going to write an effective position paper. But first, let us try to unlock the meaning of position paper. What is a position paper? This is actually a typical kind of scholarly or academic paper, and this is composed subsequent to finding out about and examining a specific issue, and it is written by an author in order to make an argument which must be based from proofs or evidences. So basically, this is one type of academic writing that presents your stand. You as a writer, you as the author, you'll be presenting your stand or viewpoint on a certain issue. And what is the purpose of a position paper? Position paper aims to present the stand of the author or a person on an issue, and it also incorporates supportive evidence that are based on facts. Take note, your evidences shall be based on facts, and the evidence is needed to establish and strengthen the claims or arguments of the writer on the issue. So, you as a writer, your main objective is actually to take part in a larger debate by stating your arguments, and later on you'll be proposing your course of actions. Okay, let's start. Now, what are the different parts of a position paper? Just like writing an essay, it is composed of three parts, such as your introduction, body, and your conclusion. First part is your introduction. So, how are we going to write an effective introduction, and what must be written in the introductory part of your position paper? So, for introduction, it consists of the introduction of the issue, your explanation of the topic in order to provide the background information of the issue, and the assertion of the thesis statement. So basically, introduction, this is your lead, and make sure that this catches the attention of your target audience or of your target readers. You have to define your issue and provide a thorough background in it. And aside from that, you'll be providing a general statement of your position through a thesis statement. Now, introduction is very important since it hooks your reader up, whether they're going to continue reading your article or not. Okay? And the second part of your position paper is the body. Now, what must be written in the body? It includes the summary of the counterclaims and your arguments. The summary of the counterclaims refer to the counterarguments of others who disagree with your claims or stand on an issue. So you'll be presenting your stand, and there are some counterarguments, or when we say counterarguments, those are the opposing statements or other opinions which are not in favor with your claim. So in this part of your essay, you must also provide supporting information and refute the counterclaims by providing evidence. So you have to refute by providing supporting information. Okay, later on I'll be giving samples of these position paper. And for your body, this is where you will assert your claims by giving educated and informed opinions. And this should be supported or proven by providing evidence from various sources. So, question, how many sources are we going to write in our position paper? So, preferably or suggested, there must be three evidences from different sources or from various sources. Now, for your body, you have to simply state your main argument. And again, the clue here is you're going to provide sufficient evidence. You may include statistics, or you can include the data that you got when you conduct an interview with the experts, or you can also provide testimonies for every argument that you are presenting. Okay? And then for counter arguments, make sure that it will be weakened. This will not weaken your argument. So that is why you have to provide sufficient evidences. Okay, now let's proceed to the third and the last part of your position paper, which is the conclusion. Now, what must be written in your conclusion? For conclusion, you have to indicate the restatement, simply the restatement of your thesis statement, okay, the restatement of your arguments and the implications. You don't have to copy what did you write in your introductory part, but instead you have to rephrase the argument and its implication. So you can also include plan of action, but please do not write another set of information. You avoid introducing new information. Okay, since this is simply the restatement of your stand, of your argument, of your position. And then in this conclusion, you may also include why your argument or why your stand is better than the other position. And to leave an impact with your readers, you have to end your statement with a powerful closing. It could be quotation or a powerful closing question that would lead to the hearts of your readers, and that will hook them up to take it as an effective writing. Okay, there are just some few reminders in writing your position paper. Make sure that your position paper has a clear topic and issue that has adequate findings and support. Okay, that's why you are leaving various evidences. And make sure that the issue you're writing about is real and has two distinctive sides that you can take, whether it agrees with your argument or not. And make sure you can provide even evidence and support to side and claims. So here is a given example. The topic is about ROTC. I don't know if you're familiar with ROTC, but that has something to do with the military training, reserved officer training corps. And the issue here is inclusion of ROTC in senior high school curriculum. Whether or not we will include ROTC in our curriculum for senior high school. And you, as a writer, you agree or you are in favor with the inclusion of ROTC in senior high school curriculum. Now, what are your claims? So first is you agree with ROTC because this is just an example, because you think that it promotes culture of discipline and responsibility. And another claim is you think ROTC will provide opportunity to inculcate the values of patriotism, nationalism, and character building. And another claim that you have here is you think it provides training that will develop students' leadership skills. Okay, so basically you have three claims, but you can add more claims, but for this three, you just have a three. And then try to build your thesis statement. Okay, here is an example. As you can see in the box, okay, in this example, an issue is derived from a topic. And take note, before you're going to write or before you're going to decide on writing your position paper, please make sure that you check if the issue is real or timely. So nowadays, what are the issues relevant to our society. Make sure that they're real and timely as it interests your readers. Alright, then you proceed on analyzing if the issue has two sides before you decide if you are in favor or if you are against it. So it's your choice whether you agree or you disagree with the issue. So after which you need to provide at least three main reasons why you're in favor or why you're not. And then make sure you can supplement your reasons with facts and evidence in order to strengthen your claims. Having a clear topic, issue, your stand and your three claims is not enough unless you have provided a strong evidence. And then you have to make sure that your statement will also include the topic, the issue, your stand, and of course your three claims. I know this is not easy for you, but just keep on practicing and begin your writing with research first before you're going to write your position paper. So conduct a research, search it in Google or Google Scholar, and in-depth research about the issue that you will be discussing. Okay, and be aware of the various positions about the issue and explain and analyze them well. Then try to reflect on your position and then identify your weaknesses. The weaknesses of especially in the counter arguments. And then your writing will be credible enough once you cite reliable sources. Okay? And then limit your position paper to at least 2 pages, so not more than that. And then aside from that, you have to make use of summary when you are refuting with the counter arguments, okay, together with your evidence sets. And you may also explain first unfamiliar terms, especially if your readers are first timers. Okay, for instance, the ROTC thing, I think this is new to you, especially your under K to 12 curriculum. So you may define unfamiliar terms first, and then what else? Use active voice as much as possible. Okay, it could be in the past, but as long as the verb is active. And then, apart from that, make use of appeals, okay, that can really reach the emotions of your readers. Alright, and then here is the outline for your position paper. So please be guided with this. Again, in your introduction, so presentation of your topic, the background information of the topic, and the thesis statement. And in the body, just follow this outline. You have here the presentation of your argument. You have your first argument, provide support. Another argument or another claim, provide another evidence to support. And then if you have more arguments, so again, the clue here is to provide sufficient evidence sets. And then for conclusion, simply the restatement of your thesis statement, arguments, and action plan. And I have here various examples of a position paper. Please spend your time, I think maybe 1 hour reading this and try to comprehend, okay, the different or the samples of position paper and try to compare and contrast them. Okay, since we are actually facing an issue right now, especially in COVID-19, so it is very important that we are very much aware with what's happening in our cement, and you can really state your stand and support it with, of course, logical arguments. So if you have questions, you may leave it all your questions in our group chat. And I guess that's all for the position paper. And I'll be recording another video for the topic on experiments, surveys, and making laboratory reports.